$17 fucking for what? And who has fun at a club if they don't fucking drink? I don't. I need to be drinking. But you know, people pregame before they go to the club. But who wants to be driving and drink? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's going on, world? I'm Wesley from Aconnectiontv, the network, the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences, and hopefully you can ASCDOD with me. This past weekend, I went to Miami to have fun for Memorial Day weekend. It is something that I annually do. I've never been to DC for Memorial weekend. I've drove through DC, but I've never spent a day or so in DC to party and live it up and all of that. Everybody telling me that they're going to DC, doing DC, doing DC. Where you going? DC. DC to me is like another New York, but everybody's like, no, it's not New York. It's different. You need to experience it. So I can't really talk too much about DC because I've never been during Memorial Day weekend to know what it's like, but everybody says that they've had a good time. Well, I've had mixed reviews. I've heard that things were canceled. I've heard that it was okay. I heard that it was not. And then I've heard that it was everything. Oh my God, I got my life. Oh my God, it was so awesome. So I've heard mixed reviews. I don't know. I'm a beach boy. I love the beach, so I'll always go to Miami anytime that I can, especially when you have 50-degree weather in DC compared to 80-degree weather in Miami. I'm gonna go through 80-degree weather. I don't want to deal with 50 motherfucking degrees because you can't be cute in 50-degree weather wearing what you wearing, sweaters? What was that? What was y'all wearing? Turtlenecks and sweaters? Like, that's not my idea of a vacation. It just isn't for me. But everybody got their life that I know of that went to DC. And, you know, so there were a lot of new people that partook in the Miami festivities this particular weekend. And I myself did not do the regular routine, okay? I did my own thing, actually, for the first couple of days. I got there extremely late, okay? It was a traffic. It was just, yeah, it was an accident. That's what it was. There was an accident on the highway, and an unfortunate accident. We didn't see like any vehicles flipped over or on its side or any debris of sorts. But a helicopter was landed on the highway, parked on the highway. Okay, literally backing up traffic going north, 95 north. I'm going 95 south. The accident was on 95 north. Backed up traffic for miles going down the road because the helicopter was literally on the freaking highway. I should have took pictures, and I did take pictures. I think I put it on my Instagram, but I think I deleted my pictures. But anyways, that was crazy to see. And so for whatever reason, the cops decided to block up 95 south where there was not an accident. I don't know. But that's what took me so long in getting there. And then when we finally get there, I hung out at my boy Mike's place. Shout out to Mike, Hotel Mike. Shout out to Hotel Mike for housing your boy for a couple days. Yeah, I went to Hotel Mike, and then I went to House that night. House was the first night party that was going on in for Memorial Weekend in Miami. And like I told y'all before, like, House is freaking amazing. It's a beautiful venue, and it just screams and oozes sex appeal and sexy and all that. So when I got there, I saw my boy McGrady, and it was hot. Then I saw my boy's boyfriend, Alex. That was cool. I didn't know that McGrady was going, but I saw them. And then, of course, I was seeing this one and this one. Everybody that I knew was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Hey. Shout out to Sebastian. Sebastian rode in with Reggie. Shout out Sebastian and Reggie. But you know, house is very laid back. It was very laid back and chill for me because I was tired and I was ready to like end my night. And then I had to do an early photo shoot Friday morning that I really wanted to cancel, but I didn't. I ended up not canceling it, which was great. But I had to get up early, so I really wasn't in the mood to get up early. But it was neither here nor there. I had a great time at the house, and I was flirting at the house, so that was cool. And so Friday morning, I get up to do my photo shoot. It was at 8 a.m. in Fort Lauderdale Beach. I had to meet with Deontay Wilson, which was one of the models, and then I shot Isaiah Green from Free Fall. That was a spectacular experience because it allowed me to learn some more about my camera. I got a TS5, which is what I'm using to film right now. And I was able to figure out manual mode, P mode, auto mode, all the modes, flash, no flash, sunlight, all that shit. So it was awesome for me to get that experience. Deontay is a phenomenal guy and Isaiah is a phenomenal guy. It's always great to shoot attractive subjects. So, you know, I was not complaining. And it was cool. If you guys follow me on Instagram at Aconnectiontv, you could see the photographs that I took Weshen Photography. Wes, H-E-N, Weshen Photography. Definitely check that out. If you guys want to hire a brother, just all you got to do is just holler at me. You know what I'm saying? Holler at me. You know what I'm saying? Holler at me. Jungle Beats. Anyways, so that was cool. After that, I did the Culture Club. I had to drive back to do the Miami Culture Club edition, which, by the way, is awesome and hilarious. Okay, interesting. Miss Lola?
Okay, I'm gonna take it into the love context that we're probably trying to talk about because, you know, you have like love for your family, love for your friends, but I'm gonna take it into a relationship standard. I feel like it's really hard to serve two masters. What one master might love. Yes, hashtag.
Shout out to Deontay, Lola, Isaiah, Sebastian, Mike, and Spence. My boy Spence! Shout out to him. We all did the Culture Club Miami edition and it was freaking awesome. Lola and Deontay are like the best looking fucking couple I ever had the privilege of meeting. They are just freaking amazing. Spencer and his juicy ass was just fucking retarded. That's my little bro. He's a fucking nut. We go back and forth with sarcasm. Then after that, we got drunk. And Spencer couldn't hang. Spencer could not hang with the big dogs. You know, big dog over here. He could not hang. So he got way too drunk because I was mixing some nice, lovely drinks. Okay? Smirnoff apple, green apple Smirnoff with orange juice. And then when the orange juice ran out, we had passion fruit Welch's juice, which was just fucking good as hell. And so I was making that shit and everybody was drinking it. And then Spence was laid the fuck out. And so we all ended up taking a little nappy nap of sorts. And then when we got up, we got dressed, ready to go out to Cafina, which was Friday's night event. And I thought that was cool. Cafina was, no, Ice Palace was Friday's event. Oh, what I'll tell you, I'm like over clubs. Like I'm really like over clubs to the point where I don't get excited to go to a club anymore. I just don't. But when I went to Ice Palace this past Friday, and I got my life, when I tell you I got my life, and it wasn't because the people there were attractive or the guys were hot or whatever the case may be. It was because I was heavily recognized. The DJ shouted me on the mic. One of my boys, Preston, dancer, pulled me up on stage and I was dancing with all the strippers because I know all of the strippers. Or the popular ones anyway. And so I was dancing with them on the stage and, you know, I was just getting, you know, pointed out. It was just amazing, you know, it was freaking awesome. Because I was kind of like in low spirits. Like I really didn't want to go to Miami this past weekend because I have a lot going on in my personal life. So I really didn't want to go. So I was kind of like in low spirits during this whole trip. But Friday was like a pick-me-up. Like, oh my God, it was a pick-me-up. Saturday, we ended up doing South Beach, which was cool. Shout out to McGrady, Alex and their friends. They had a twerk contest on the beach. We went into the water, and I ended up riding out South Beach for a while, and then I ended up meeting this guy on South Beach. This guy was cute. He was cute. He was cute. And we ended up conversing. And coming to find out that he knew who I was after the fact, but we ended up conversing. When I took the ass was... Oh my God. It had weight to it. Like... Anyways, that was amazing. Ass amazing. I ended up leaving South Beach, and then I checked into a hotel. And for whatever reason, if you haven't experienced Motel 6 Miami, it is inexpensive. It is not a typical Motel 6 like with brown, dirty ass carpeting and the wallpaper coming off the ceiling and like brown stains on the roof like in Atlanta Motel 6 near the airport. It's not her. This Motel 6, she beat to be a Motel 6. I mean, beat modern style beat. Wooden Maplewood floor style beat. You know what I'm saying? Bedding of today's current events type beat, So I stayed at the Motel 6, which was cool. I got some rest because I was tired. And then I ended up going to Cafina. Cafina was cool, and it was packed. I wasn't expecting these clubs to be as packed as they were, honestly. Like Ice Palace was flooded, and it was a Friday, and it was flooded. House was packed, cool for a Thursday, but Friday Ice Palace was packed. Everyone was packed. Now, except for the techno room. Nobody has time for techno. But I thought it was awesome how Cafina was packed. There was 2 rooms and like a big outside area for Cafina, and it was packed. It was awesome for it to be packed. Sunday, what happened Sunday? Sunday was Virginia Key Beach. Yeah, because Saturday the day event was canceled. I don't know why the day event was canceled. Everybody's asking me like, Wes, what happened to the day event? I don't know. I don't work for them. I don't, and I never have. So I never have. But I go to Miami every year, so people think that I work for them. But I don't work for them. I work for myself. And I just talk about my experiences, and for whatever reason, you guys gel with me and vibe with me about talking about my experiences. But I don't work for them. But needless to say, I always go because I always have a great time, right? So we get to Virginia Key Beach. Now I was really looking forward to this, but my friends weren't really looking forward to this because the concept of paying for a beach, they had a hard time with wrapping their minds around that. They're like, why am I going to pay for a beach when I can just go to Hullover? And I'm like, okay, I guess. Whatever. But there has to be a reason why we're paying for a beach, right? Mind you, they did rent out the space. So when you rent out a space, you have to recoup the money. You're just not gonna, like, I don't know any promoter or event planner or coordinator that throws just throw free shit. So I can understand why, as adults, people can understand why they would have to pay if they went to that event. It was a rented out exclusive portion for sizzle goers, so yeah, you have to pay. And so people were like, well, fuck it, I'll just go to Hullover. I'm not paying for that. I was like, okay, well, cool, go to Hullover. So I go to this beach, Virginia Key Beach, which, by the way, historically holds a lot of weight for black people. Virginia Key Beach was purchased by a black man some decades ago, and it was so that black people had a beach to go on, because back then black people couldn't go on the beach. But even still, when the man purchased the island, black people couldn't come onto the beach by the highway, because the black people couldn't take the highway to get to the beach, so they had to get to the beach by ferry. Historically, the island holds some weight, but the gays wasn't really caring about that, or even if they knew that, they didn't give two fucks. They just were mad that they had to spend money to come to a beach. So when they got to the beach, they were expecting to see Hullover, and it was not Hullover by no means. The portion that was sectioned off was a small beach. And the look on people's faces was just like, the fuck is this? Like, what is going on? Like, why did I just spend money to come here? Like, what the fuck? But the way that I ended up having to look at it, because I was shocked too, because I was like, where's the beach? I was shocked. I was shocked. And so people know my mouth. So people was expecting me to go on attack mode on a video. And I'm not going to do that, because I had to realize the concept of what we were working with, okay? Mind you, it had to have been a lot of money for a section of this beach to be rented out. So I'm like, okay. But not only did you have the beach, but you had a dance area, you had a stage, you had a concession area, bar area that was serving phenomenally tasting drinks. And then you had a food truck that was serving more food than what would have been provided on Hullover. You can't get served drinks on Hullover, but then again, people bring their own bottles to Hullover. People bring their own liquids. People bring their own music to Hullover. Well, some people anyway. So people were very evenly divided. I ended up having a cool time at Virginia Key Beach because my friends ended up coming. My friends are like, Wes, if you get in this place, we should be able to get in the place for free. And I'm like, not really, especially if I'm rolling deep. Like, if I'm rolling like 15 people deep, all 15 of y'all motherfuckers is not getting in because I'm getting in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how it works. At least if I'm dealing with a businessman, let me just say that. But what I also will say is that every event planner and coordinator, they're different. Okay, some people will let you roll through with your friends, and some people are like, no, you can't. So to each his own. Everybody is different. But I did feel kind of like, oh well, I'm getting in free, but they aren't. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta pay. And nobody wants to pay for stuff when they can get it free. So it's very hard. It's very hard to sell the concept of paying for a beach when you have the ability to have a free one. It's hard. Like, I can understand people paying to get into a club. Well, there were other club options as well, but I can understand people paying to get into a club where majority of people will go, because you have, no matter where you go, you have to pay to get into a club. But paying for a beach, people weren't really gelling with that. So a lot of people went to Hullover, and a lot of people went to Virginia Key Beach. But I also noticed that being in Miami for this particular weekend, Miami motherfuckers don't go out until like 3 or 2:30. Like, they arrive to be seen in the scene like 2 hours after startup time. And I was like, well, where's everybody at? Oh, they on their way. They'll be here in a couple hours. I'm like, I can understand that. Virginia Key Beach was cool. I ended up having a great time. The drinks were awesome. So yeah, after Virginia Key Beach, what did I do? I went back to my hotel. I rested for a minute. And everybody was like, go to space, go to space. I wasn't in the mood to go to space. I was a bit annoyed this weekend. Had a lot of personal shit going on. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what I was going through. But I was going through some dumb shit. And I was in my feelings. But, because I can be. Because I am a Leo, and I was in my feelings. But anyways, so I wasn't in the mood to go to space, but people talked me going into space. I ended up going to space. Space was packed until 4 something in the morning, then it kind of like the crowd just dispersed. I don't know where everybody went. But I was talking to somebody and they was like, remember back when space used to be 2 buildings? I was like, yo, I remember that. I thought it was a dream. And then I came one year and then I couldn't go into the other building no more. I'm like, what the fuck happened to the other building? Where did it go? It just disappeared. But yeah, I remember space needing 2 buildings to house the people because it used to be packed. But space was packed up until, a certain time, and then the crowd just, left. Or whatever the case may be. A lot of people had to get on flights to go back to work. And so usually when the party ends on Monday, on Sunday, we end up having to deal with bongos on Monday, but we weren't at bongos. The party became a day party at the 50 Club at the Viceroy. There was a pool party that led into a club party. I attended the pool party. I thought it was cool. I thought it was different. I thought it was sexy. I thought it was swank. There were quite a few people in attendance, be it that it was Monday and everyone was going back home or leaving wherever, leaving Miami, going back home, whatever, because it's, Monday or whatever. And a lot of people had barbecue parties going on. So I went to the pool party in the beginning, and then I ended up leaving to go to a house party. Shout out to everybody that allowed me to take pictures with them, though. Shout out to everybody that allowed me to take pictures. It was cool. Like, I had a great time flexing my photography eye. And so I ended up going to a Memorial Day barbecue party. Shout out to Kay, inviting me to the party. I really appreciate you for that, brother. And I definitely needed to get out of the space that I was in and the vibe and the mood that I was in. So I went to the house party expecting not to meet anyone. Usually when I go to house parties, I don't really like going to a house party unless I know that I'm going to know more than the person that invited me to the house party, more than that one person. But like I said, I was in the mood, so I wanted to go. I went, and it was a beautiful neighborhood. And everyone that was in the house was black. So that was awesome to see. Like, really awesome to see. I thought it was in some neat, swank, white neighborhood. But everybody that was coming out of their houses were black. And that was, like I said, it was just phenomenal. So I ended up walking down to the house party packed. Cars all over the place. I'm like, okay, where am I going? This place about to be jumping, okay. No sooner than I step in, I'm starting to see familiar faces. I'm like, yo, this world is small. The gay world is small as shit. The gay world on the East Coast, hell, Vegas and the West Coast, California, it's just fucking small. Everybody knows everybody. Like, really, and everybody's interconnected. And it's like, I just knew that I had some exclusive invitation to this barbecue party, but I didn't. I'm nobody special by no means. But, suffice it to say, it was cool. I was like, okay, familiar faces. All right, cool. Cool, positive familiar faces. Okay, cool. So I'm getting a drink. They had sexy bartenders. They were, eye candy. I'm getting a drink. I see an old flame that I fell head over heels for in the Dominican Republic. That's always awkward seeing him. But I saw him, and that was interesting. And so I go looking for my boy Mike and my buddy Gerard. Gerard is always an asshole to me. He treats me so poorly. But it was I had to link up with them. So I got my drink, and then I linked up with them, and we were at the spades table. I play spades. Okay, and I like playing spades. And if you don't play spades, you're not black. So I've been told, But I sit down at the table, and then a brother hits me up. Like, hey, how you doing? My name is Javier, and I just want to tell you, it is a blessing meeting you right now. And I'm like, huh? Who is he talking to? I turn around like, huh? Who are you talking to? He talking to me. He ain't talking to me. He talking to you, Gerard, Mike. A blessing? To who? Me who? What? What blessing? He's like, yeah, I watch all your videos. I followed you since the beginning. And you got a lot of videos, and I watched them all. And he started going in, right? About how he's my biggest supporter and all this. And I'm like, I still don't think you're not talking to me. I don't get it. So I play my spades my spades game or whatever. And you know, your boy, we went. We demolished the team. My squad hold it down. What? Don't fuck with me at spades. But anyway, so me and my newly met partner demolished the crew, demolished the scene, right? And then two new people come down. They cheated and they won like 12 books. So me and my newly met partner had to get up. So we get up or whatever. And whatever, the party's going on, it's happening, everybody's coming through. More and more heads that I meet, or that I've met, or that I know, or that recognize me, or ever are pouring into the house. This house party is live. It was catered and everything. Hot dad, cake on the side. So I hang out with Javier a little bit more, and he goes more in depth into details about how I was able to help him be comfortable with being who he is. And even with being at this house party was, you know, it was a new experience for him. And I'm flabbergasted because I'm like, he has to be my age. And how can someone my age be remotely, you know, I'm just little old troublesome, life-having motherfucker. Like, how am I influencing anyone that's even my age? Or, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I was just caught off guard. The boy almost made me cry because, you know, he was just pouring out so much love. And anyone that knows me knows that if I remotely care about you at all, I give you all of me emotionally. I'm wrapped up into you emotionally. If you do anything wrong or whatever, I'm going to act like my world is crumbling because I'm a lover of people, especially a lover of people that love and respect me, or that I call friends, or that I call family. Like, I really treat them like gold. You know, as far as emotionally, you know, as emotions are concerned. And so, you know, I was going through a lot that day. And meeting Javier definitely picked me up and lifted me up. Long story short, the house party ended with a bang. I met Terrence, who also was a heavy supporter of mine. So shout out to Terrence. He gave me a hug and was shaking when he was hugging me. I'm like, I just don't understand this. But I end up getting a little lit, a little lean, you know. Those symptoms rubbed off though, because we stayed at the party till, you know, 6 in the morning. Not really, but really. Everyone had already left, so it was time for me and my boy to leave. So he's sleeping in the car, I'm driving, and I'm tired as shit. Not drunk, but tired as shit. And I'm dozing, okay? And it's hard for me to figure out when, like, I'm trying to figure out when we're going to get back to this hotel, because I'm ready to get back to the motherfucking hotel, but I'm dozing. You know what I'm saying? And so I almost run a cop off the road. A white cop doesn't give 2 black people or a black man behind the steering wheel a ticket for almost running him off. Like, I literally almost ran him off the highway because I fell asleep. So he doesn't give me a ticket, and I'm like, praise him. Just praise him. You know what I'm saying? And long story short, I ended my weekend, and I had a good time. You know, if I could change anything about this weekend, it would be that all of my friends did the same fucking thing. Everybody was dispersed. Everybody was dispersed, and it was annoying because I ended up having to go here, having to do this, having to do that. But here's one thing. Matter of fact, there's a couple things that need to be addressed, you know, with the parties during this weekend. And I'm going to tell y'all like this. Number one, there needs to be a host hotel. The vibe that I get when everybody congregates to a host hotel has been missed. Now, when you go to Miami, everybody's all over the fucking place. No one is together. There's no group function. It's just everybody's dispersed. If you see them, you do. If you don't, you don't. Now when you go to a hotel in Miami, it's crickets. You don't know if people are here or where the fuck people are. It's just fucking. So we need a host hotel. There needs to be a host hotel for any fucking event. Any fucking event, okay? Second thing that needs to happen, y'all in these fucking pricey ass drinks. Miami was fucking ridiculous for the prices that they have for these goddamn drinks. $17 for a Long Island iced tea and then a small ass motherfucking cup of Long Island iced tea. $17 fucking dollars For what? Are you what? $15? No, $16 for a vodka cranberry at fucking house? You done lost your motherfucking mind. First of all, if I'm paying $30 to get into a motherfucking event, then I gotta pay $15 for $16 for a motherfucking vodka cranberry. What? A Sprite was $6 out this bitch. This shit is fucking crazy. 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 I just don't understand the concept of why drinks are so fucking much. I mean, obviously, these promoters are spending at minimum $10,000 for these venues. So I guess that's why drinks are so fucking much. But god damn. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with individuals. Well, if you flossing, you got it. But I'm not. Even if I was, no, I'm not spending. That's unheard of. When you could go right down to fucking Alibi, which is where me and my boy went on. Was it Friday? We went to Alibi. Friday we went to Alibi, and no, Thursday we went to. I don't know. One of the fucking days we went to Alibi, and you could get jugs. You could get a jug, a huge ass, big ass fucking jug for $3. Long Island iced tea, or they had this blue mix drink with vodka and blue juice. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was $3. $3. And when I tell you that motherfucking spot was packed, it was packed. It was like a fucking army outside of the goddamn venue in a fucking parking lot. You couldn't even park your car, and they was still offering $3 motherfucking jug drinks. What? I was like, yo, that's what's up. Alibi did that. Alibi motherfucking did that. Now, it was black people. It wasn't black music, you know. But Alibi, that's, you know. So, anyways, a host hotel, cheaper fucking drinks. There should be no drink over $12. And a vodka cranberry should be a $10 drink. If anything, a $10 drink. If anything. Hell, it should be an $8 drink, truth be told. But depending on the choice of vodka, now Grey Goose and orange juice, $10. The cheaper vodka, like $8. You know what I'm saying? Like come on now. Especially if your bitch ass give me this small ass cup filled with ice. The fuck out of here. Like people walking around with cups the size of this and shit, like, I gotta get another drink. Like, fuck out of here. Y'all need to have bigger cups. This shit was retarded. And then my third thing that I would say for any event, let me think. Cause y'all know I can go on and on with this shit. I don't know. Actually, those are the two issues that I have with any event. That I must have a host hotel. I must. And drinks need to be fucking affordable. Like, period. And then if you're gonna host somewhere or have something, if the drinks are expensive, like there needs to be compensation. If the drinks are gonna be expensive, there needs to be fucking free parking. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, there needs to be a give and take. If I'm spending an arm and leg to fucking park my bitch ass car to come to your bitch ass event, then drinks need to be affordable. If parking is free, then, be up, but you can't have both expensive ass parking and then expensive ass drinks. Like, this shit is a wash. Like, and who has fun at a club if they don't fucking drink? I don't. I need to be drinking. But people pregame before they go to the club. But who wants to be driving and drink? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's, But shout out to Uber. Uber was saving a lot of people a lot of heartache and pain. So shout out to Uber. I don't know about y'all or where y'all went or how y'all had fun or what y'all did this Memorial weekend. But truth be told, I had a good time. I really did. It was a great experience. It always is a great experience. Am I going next year? I'm not sure. I really am not. I got a lot to do in life and a lot to improve on in life. So my days of traveling are numbered. Let me just say that. I need to get back into the swing of things and being a regular human slave. I know a lot of y'all see me and I travel here and I travel there. hey, if you can do it, do it. Enjoy life to the fullest. And that's all I will say. But definitely, I hope y'all had a great Memorial weekend. I did. Yeah, I did. And if you went to DC, great. If you went to Miami, great. If you stayed in Orlando, because I heard Orlando was crunk this past weekend, great. Whatever you decided to do, whoever you decided to support, I just hope that you have fun and it was a positive experience. I'm Wesley from Aconnectiontv, the network. Deuces.